Hallo, welkom by Farmspace. Ek gaan nou oorslaan na my beste Brits toe, want ek het weer eens die voorreg om saam met PJ Budler te staan. Hy het toevallig hier oorgekom en hier by die limousines ingeval. Ek gaan net 'n keer hoor wat dink hy oor die groot wenner van die vroulike diere en ons soos altyd sê, daar is nou net nie 'n mooier ding as 'n vroulike queenie. PJ, welcome to Farmspace and welcome to South Africa.
Thank you so much, Tim. It's always good to run into you.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
PJ, you travel all over the world, you see some of the best animals in the world, and then you come to South Africa. How does these limousines and these champions meet up to the rest of the world?
Well, tennis, I'd be cheating a little bit because I only arrived during the Grand Champion female class, so everything I saw was amazing and outstanding.
Yeah.
But what I really like of what they've done with both the champion and reserve and those young heifers is these cattle are still strong enough, you know, they still have enough muscle and enough power, but they've really refined them and made them feminine and good-footed and sound, and the cattle had really good udders on them, good teat placement and udder quality. So they're making them animals that have got those terminal beef qualities, but just, these are good extensive cattle now too, which is a little different to how Limousin is in most places. You know, in a lot of places they extreme terminal cattle with a lot of growth and muscle, and then perhaps in some places, especially North America, they've refined them too much where they haven't actually got all that power and shape that they need to maintain that breed standard and the breed character.
So from a South African point of view, you can actually say that they've found a middle ground and it's definitely working for them.
Yeah, they've just made good functional cattle, you know.
And let her leave, that's fine, we can finish.
And cattle that fulfill both those criteria, because most of South Africa is going to be extensive. You know, it's not going to be small pastures like you've got in Western Europe. But for Limousin to maintain viable, you have to keep the muscle and the power in them, and they've done that. But like I said, I only saw the best ones, so I didn't have a chance to see them all. You know, so.
Yeah, well, that is a limousine show, and they're only supposed to bring your best. But if that is what the best is delivering, and the offspring is coming through, that should be a good thing and a good place for the limousine breed.
No, absolutely. And I think next month, second week of next month, I'm judging the US Limousin National, and I've done it before, and it's nowhere near like this. And the problem they've got there is they've separated their Limousin into a purebred animal and a full-blood animal. The purebred's about 75% Limousin, and the full-blood's the same as South Africa. And the issue there's the full-bloods are still a little bit too much power and strength, and then the purebreds are not enough. So this is a nice little middle ground that fulfills both roles that they need, you know. So.
Yeah, and they need to be functional animals, and that's where you want to end up, having functional animals, working with functional animals. At the end of the day, you need a calf on the ground, and you need meat at the end of the day to slaughter.
And you can put power in a smaller package. Like this female's not the size of what you're going to get in Western Europe. But she's going to get to her end point a lot quicker, so she's earlier maturing, and she's a far more manageable cow size. But when her steer goes for process, you know, through the feedlot and through the abattoir, there's still enough muscle and growth in that steer. You know, so I think it's just fine-tuning a balance. You know, trying to find something that is still profitable and sustainable, but you need the yield and end product at the end of the day as well. You know? So.
In stud breeding, there's always a need for new genetics, and always an idea that I need to bring in South Africa. I don't want to inbreed too much to a certain point. Is it worth for South Africans to go look for different genetics, different genetic makeups from other countries?
Well, I think the South African Limousin breeders are doing that as well as anyone. You know, especially in the last few years, they're still getting cattle from France, from the UK. But there are guys bringing in cattle from Australia. I know this champion heifer's got some Australian blood in her. If you go 2 generations back, that's what made her polled. And then there's some guys getting genetics from North America too. So they're fishing in all the ponds, and they're going to find some harmonious balance that works in South Africa. So they're doing exactly what I think they need to be doing. But it's tough, you know. It's easy to find an outcross, one that's got different genetics, but a good one that's appropriate is tough.
That's going to fit into your system and work well.
So with some of those genetics, it's going to take 1 or 2 generations before they match what your objectives are. But you guys have got some really good breeders at the top of the breed, you know, and the rest of the world has taken note. I think the disappointment is the chance of getting those genetics exported is getting more and more difficult for political reasons. So if there's an intervention
At some point.
that we can maybe storm the capital or something and change some protocols, then we could spread these worldwide.
PJ, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Always, my
fun,
friend.
and I hope I can talk to you soon.
Yeah, my goal for next time, Dennis, is to wear shorts to an event like this. But I have to do more leg work at the gym, and I haven't got those well-formed legs like you've got.
I'll send you a program.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Thanks, PJ. Okay, daar sê jy dat PJ Budler aan die pad hier, so hy's op pad Amerika toe, of UK toe, dink ek eers.
Ja, UK, ja.
Eers UK toe. Maak seker jy volg hom ook, maar die man het altyd mooi beeste daar op sy profiel. Is lekker om te sien wat die ander lande doen. Maar groot compliment vir ons Limousin breeders as hy hoor wat hy van hulle dink en wat hy van hulle diere dink is regtig iets uitsonderliks. Geluk AJ, geluk die hele Limousin Society. Ek dink dit is ongelooflik. Tot 'n volgende keer. Totsiens.
Thanks, man.